Welcome to video 2. Now that I've answered why I decided to go abroad, it's important to answer the next question that I often get asked, and I kind of went through it in part in the first one. And how did I prepare? Well, once I decided in December of 2008 that I was going to go abroad, specifically to China, to teach, I needed to do a few things. Since I didn't have any kind of teaching qualifications or certifications, one of the first things my friend advised me to do, who had been teaching abroad, was to get a TEFL certificate. If you don't know what that is, it's a certification that you can either do in person through different training facilities, or at the time I had the ability to do it online, where you learn about teaching methodology, lesson planning, time management, classroom management, and a variety of other things to help you teach. So I took an online course, which I believe I had 6 months to a year to complete. There was a lot of reading, writing essays, getting feedback from the tutor, and doing all these different modules. So completed that within a year. And another thing I had done, since I was working 2 jobs at the time, I know it's crazy, figured I need to save up a good amount of money, and both to make the transition to the new country and to have some money saved up in case of emergencies, and also in case I decided to come back, have some transition funds. So I was fortunate enough and frugal enough to save up $10,000. Now, you don't necessarily need to do that. I know there's a lot of people on YouTube and other places who do it with basically nothing or a few thousand, and all the power to them, but I'm more of a preparer and like to cover all scenarios. So one of the things I knew is I needed to save up about 3,000 US to put in the deposit for an apartment, have money for food and outings, and other necessities that I would need, furniture, any type of clothes, or any other odds and ends, kitchen supplies and whatnot, when I made the move. This is in addition to paying for the airfare to go there, which I think was over $1,000 one way. So saved all that money in order to take care of those things, especially since at the time, and I think it still goes on today, you get paid once a month. So it teaches you how to budget, but those first 2 months are going to be rough because you're going to have to put down a lot of money for a lot of things, and you're not going to get that full paycheck until month number 2. The other thing I did was go ahead and apply at the place that I eventually ended up working. Fortunately, my contact over there was able to fast track my application to the right people and get me a job. So I had a way in, and I figured if I'm going to go to a foreign country, I might as well go to the same city where someone who I know is there, who knows the ins and outs, who can help me transition and can also help me in the job. So I got in contact with HR there, and had my, I believe it was like a Skype interview, and there was a lot of emails and back and forth, and documentation needed to be done. So between them, I was able to get everything taken care of. The other thing I did was, I believe I already had my car paid off at the time, so I knew that I wouldn't be needing it because I'd be abroad based on the contract for at least about a year. So I made the decision to go ahead and sell it as I got closer to the time. I also needed to, since I had 2 jobs, consider, okay, how much longer do I want to do these jobs, and how much notice am I going to give? Since I was in HR for just hitting about 5 years by the time I was going to head out, I decided to give a month notice. And it was quite the shock to my boss and everyone else that I was going to do this. I kind of kept tight-lipped about the whole thing, as you should. Even if it's a good company, even if you get along with everyone, they don't necessarily need to know that you're going to do something as drastic as move to another country to follow a different career until it's absolutely necessary. So gave them a month notice, which is the most I've ever given any company. And the bartending job, I decided, you know what, the last month before, or last 2 months, or last month, while I'm in the HR job, I want to have my weekends again. I want to know what a regular schedule's like. So I also gave them a month notice, and they were equally surprised, but grateful that I had given them the time. So the last working month was really interesting to see, to have weekends again. So it was a lot more relaxing and got to enjoy more of my free time again. And then I gave myself, when I left the HR job, decided to give myself a month between leaving that job and flying out to go to China, so that I can hang out with friends and just kind of go out and have some lazy days, and if there's anything last minute I need to take care of, or need taken care of, I can go ahead and do it. So those were all the different ways that I had prepared. I might be missing a few other things, but that's basically the gist of it. And obviously, you have to pack bags, you have to look at what the weather's like in the new city and country you're going to, so I made sure to bring a lot of winter stuff, because they definitely had winter and snow and change of season. So that was another thing I had done. So hopefully this answers your question, and see you in the next video.